Do multiple levels of conveyor belts make you blush? Does the constant hum of multiple machines all lined up in a row make you weak at the knees? Well, even if they don't, there's something about factory simulation games that keep people coming back for more. See, factory sim games have been around for years. However, there are a few that truly stand out: Factorio and Satisfactory. However, Dyson Sphere Program, a game still in early access, recently launched a new update, Rise of the Dark Fog, and I decided to give it a revisit. The game is sitting at around a 97% rating on Steam, which is crazy high, and I'm here to find out why. So this is Marco here from Easily Distracted Games, helping you find a new or old game that you can truly get lost in, and today I'll break down Dyson Sphere to see if it's right for you. So let's get started. Dyson Sphere Program takes place in a futuristic science fiction world, where a society exists primarily in a virtual computer space, which demands a great deal of power and computational ability. To expand that, they've sent one of their members, you, the player, into a real universe to construct a Dyson Sphere from resources in a nearby star cluster that will supply that power. So Dyson Sphere Program is a space simulation strategy game. Your goal: to build the most efficient intergalactic factory by harnessing the power of stars, collecting resources, planning and designing production lines, and developing your interstellar factory. Okay, now hold up. Production lines, collecting resources, interstellar factory. These phrases might put some people to sleep, but hear me out. When you hear the term Dyson Sphere, it conjures up images or scenes, say from Kurzgesagt, where this grand thing that can use the power of a star for energy. Let me reiterate that. It's something that can harness the power of a star, and you can build one of these in this game. That gives you an idea of the immense scale of Dyson Sphere. See, this game is actually still in early access, but don't let that fool you. It's currently rated higher than any of the other similar games out at the moment. I played this game long ago when it first got released, but even then, I knew something was different with this game, especially when compared, say, to the other two heavy hitters, Factorio and Satisfactory. All of these games appeal to something in your brain, that satisfying zen-like feeling of having everything just work in sync, building grander and more intricate factories the more you understand the game. It's highly addictive, but should you trust an early access game like this? Well, Dyson Sphere Program recently released their new update, Rise of the Dark Fog, which sees you pitted against an evil enemy AI. So yeah, I wanted to guide you, the viewer, in case you're, say, new to factory simulation games, or you say on the fence and unsure if this game is right for you. Gameplay wise, it follows a very simple formula. Build things that make other things, and then use those new things to build more complex things, and repeat. However, I like to think of factory sims as this ever-evolving organism that you're sculpting into something more personal, something that is truly yours. There's nothing better than stopping every few hours and being like, see that? I made that. I'm so proud of myself. My friends and family, they have no idea why I'm so chuffed about my efficient power management, but I am, and that's all that matters. It gives you this incredible sense of zen, even just after a few hours of gameplay. Before you begin, you start by choosing some tweaks to help suit your playstyle, including whether or not to, say, play against that enemy AI, but some people prefer their factory sims without any combat, so it's cool that they give you the option here. Other tweaks such as the resource multiplier can also be adjusted here, and the devs just really went all out to give new players the best possible experience, and it shows. As you can see, every new game has a randomly generated seed that builds out a unique galaxy just for you. This really sets it apart from the other factory sims, as all the stars and planets can change each time you play. Don't worry if you have no idea what any of this means though, you can just start the game with just the standard settings if you say new to the game. However, all of these generally start with you on a planet similar to Earth, which comes with some necessary starting minerals to help get your factory going. As the game starts, you see a robot in front of you, Icarus. That's you. It kind of reminds me a bit of Bumblebee, say from Transformers, but you can actually customize this bad boy however you want, which is actually pretty cool. I really enjoyed that. Now at first you can build only, say, a few things: steel, magnets, coils, etc., all contributing to building better machines. You can connect everything through conveyor belts and presto, hey, your factory lives. Also note, I would not recommend watching any tutorials when you first start. Like most simulation-based games, it's best to go in blind and have no clue what's going on and simply enjoy your spaghetti-like setup in all of its glory. Navigating your way around with your robot is simple, as well as the various UI elements that say get your items from your inventory or say to build new ones. It can seem a bit overwhelming at first, but I don't know, everything just seems so well thought of. The quality of life aspects of this game are reminiscent to say Factorio, and players of Factorio will notice their various nuances added quite neatly into this game. But I like to think that the developers just took what they enjoyed from say Stellaris and Factorio and just smashed it together into something that just truly works. Main navigation becomes easier once you understand the various keyboard shortcuts, but overall, I just enjoyed how user-friendly everything is, which also includes that upgrade system. See, in order to make your factory and your robot even better, you want to definitely upgrade them. You can either upgrade or research new technology. The choices are all up to you. Now, this tech tree is huge. I mean, just look at it. Again, can it be somewhat overwhelming? But it's as something that will flow more into this review is that aspect of choice and freedom. Some games force you into what you have to do, kind of like on rails, but with Dyson Sphere Program, the universe is your oyster. Want to do everything manually? Go ahead. Want to create a massive base and take down the enemy? You can do that too. All of these choices help you coming back for more, even down to the very machines and production lines that you are creating. Eventually, your factory will need more elusive items and resources. But no worries, you can just hop over to the other planet once you've got all the required upgrades. Just make sure that you got the right amount of fuel and resources, otherwise you'll become like me and just keep flying around aimlessly in the space. Quite sad. Remember, this game is intergalactic, so get ready for some serious space travel. Where, say, factory sims are limited to a single planet or area, Dyson Sphere encourages you to use the whole galaxy as a factory. How crazy is that? The freedom you get here is just so refreshing. Going back to the gameplay, most of it will revolve around collecting precious resources either from the planet or via your production plant. Smelters smelt, say, coal, rock, iron, and copper, and then assemblers put everything together, and obviously more machines get advanced along the way. You can also say view your stats to see your various inputs and outputs, helping you keep as efficient as an engineer on Excel. Does it get as intricate as, say, Satisfactory? Well, I wouldn't say so, but also remember you need to get to other planets, so the focus here is on building these crazy structures and factories to help with that. Satisfactory was built to be a bit more manual, as it just takes a different approach to factory building. With Dyson Sphere, for example, you've got blueprints on blueprints on blueprints, so you can easily replicate as much as you want. The goal here is to automate everything as best as possible. At the beginning, it is a bit tricky wrapping your head around about creating these efficient gigafactories, but once you get the hang of it, it's just so beautiful and rewarding. To be honest, I was a bit disappointed that the game isn't multiplayer. It's crying out for something like that, but to be honest, I get it. Some people just want to be left alone, as yeah, getting your friend to build half of your factory can lead to said friend being banned from your Steam account. Now, if you're wondering how long the game is, well, that's entirely up to you. You can say take around 60 hours to produce a Dyson Sphere, which actually isn't even a prerequisite to finishing the game. It just really helps out. But obviously, it can take way longer, especially now with the inclusion of that enemy AI. Jumping into this update, there's a bit to unpack with this new combat. I played it on the normal difficulty, and to be honest, it wasn't too bad. Yes, it now means needing some extra upgrades, including shields, weapons, turrets, and other tools to keep that dark fog enemy at bay, but the devs didn't just slap it on like an afterthought. There's an actual whole extra game going on here. See that weird looking hive thing? That's them. See that other planet over there? Oh, that's also them. And look, they're upgrading. See, it's not just a random pop-up of enemies which then disappear after you defeat them. They're literally on the other side of your world, slowly expanding to the point where your simple turrets will eventually be no match for them. As mentioned, this might put some people off. Just that thought of managing a factory without it turning into a complete mess is a challenge in itself, let alone doing that with something trying to kill you. But as mentioned, you can turn that combat off, so you can be alone with your spaghetti-like conveyor belts and confusing layouts. It just adds in a new element, so if you found this lacking in, say, Satisfactory, you'll really get some enjoyment out of this. I mean, just look at some of this combat footage. Speaking of enjoyment, if you've made it this far in the video, please consider giving it a like or even subscribe if you haven't done so already. You could be the one that helps me grow this channel into something that can help more and more people find truly amazing games. In terms of performance, the game runs surprisingly well considering what's going on the screen. Something about the game's engine, about it being highly optimized, makes it truly a well-run game. So say with my i5 laptop with its NVIDIA GeForce RTX 2070, I could run most things on high and only had the occasional lag when zooming in and out of the planet. One thing that I think puts some people off Factorio are those graphics. So people wanting something with more substance will truly appreciate Dyson Sphere. I mean, just look at that sunrise. It's beautiful. And then you get the views of, say, the stars, the black holes, and of course your intergalactic empire. The grandeur of the galaxy also goes extremely well with the sound design. Now, as you know, music plays a huge role in my enjoyment of games. It helps build immersion, and this game really knocked it out of the park here. For example, here's what you get when you just first open the game. That soundtrack follows you throughout gameplay, and it's just so comforting. Most games I switch, say, to Spotify, but this soundtrack just helps calm you down, even when your factory is a mess. There's also those in-game sounds equally pleasing to the ear. You get that hum of all your machines just working in unison, along with your little drones helping you out and the quality voice tips throughout the game, all combined to give you a sense of harmony. So to be honest, the insane scale of building a Dyson Sphere just really hit home after watching The Expanse. I was like, oh wow, the game actually really does it justice in how intense operations go into building something like this. And yes, I know it's all fiction, but if you like me and you really enjoy sci-fi, then the idea around building a Dyson Sphere is just so interesting, and so is this game. I thoroughly enjoyed Dyson Sphere Program. I know it won't be for all, but to anyone out there that really enjoys these type of simulation games, I highly recommend trying this one out. The overall choice and freedom you get in the game is just so rewarding, and it's so hard to put down once you get going. That 2-hour Steam refund test, well, it'll take you about just 2 hours just to understand what is actually going on, but in a good way. The game is currently around $20 on Steam, which isn't too bad considering how many hours you're gonna get out of this game. How does it say compared to Mindustry, Factorio, and Satisfactory? Well, each are different in their own unique ways. So if you're a fan of one, then you'll definitely need to try this one out. And to me, I prefer Dyson Sphere out of all of them. Are you a fan of factory sims? What's been your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. And if you enjoyed this video, perhaps watch one of my other ones. Who knows, you might find a game you can truly get lost in. But other than that, it's Marco here from Easily Distracted Games. And most of all, don't stop gaming.